What's up guys, Rhino here and welcome to my latest FIFA 19 Ultimate Team video. And this video guys is going to be me taking a look at a new Flashback SBC. I think it might be the last SBC of FUT Birthday as well. I believe that it's ending tonight, all these kind of things, so we've got a couple hours remaining. I mean, you could sort of say it's not necessarily like part of the birthday. I mean, they've given it the colour scheme like, but it's just a flashback card. Obviously, there's going to be more flashback cards throughout the year, but I believe it is kind of the last one. Anything that is out tonight, if that is going to come out, it's not really going to be FUT Birthday related. So, thought it'd be pretty good to take a look at this card. It is a Flashback Nani. I'm not actually going to be doing it, and I'll explain to you guys why. But I'm going to show you some squads that you can submit if you did want to go ahead and do it. You know, you might really like him, you might be a Man United fan who just wants to reminisce with the good old days. But it's from his 2010-2011 season. One of the first couple of seasons after Ronaldo had left. I think it's when that year when he finally stepped up and sort of essentially kind of came out of his shadow a little bit. But unfortunately for him, it wasn't really a long-term thing. He only had one or two kind of really good seasons. But yeah, the card in general, we will have a look at in a second. First of all, I just want to quickly show you the squads. Obviously, they're only concepts because I'm not going to buy them, so I'm not going to do them. But yeah, this first one, it gives you a Prime Gold Players Pack as a reward. You need one Man United player. As you can see, I've got Juan Mata on the right wing position. There has to be an 85 rated team, which I think straight away, guys, you can sort of see that this is going to be quite an expensive SBC. Now you can make your own judgments on it in terms of whether you think it's going to be good value for money. But yeah, I'll explain in a second what I think. But with the rest of the squad, we got Sommer in goal, which is going to be an upgraded Sommer, an upgraded Kimmich at right back. You got Boateng, Sula, upgraded Ziyech or Ziyech, however you want to pronounce his name. That's obviously just literally there to create rating, essentially. Upgraded Kepa, Hideki, Javi Martinez, of course Mata, Ribery and Thomas Muller as well. So a lot of the Bayern Munich players are quite cheap. You know, they've got quite a few kind of high rated cards, but they're quite slow. A lot of their players are not really great FIFA players, so they tend to be quite easy to go for. You got Hideki, Kepa. You know, the standard with like goalkeepers always a little bit cheaper in other positions. And then Mata, really, you want to go for him just because if you're going to go for like somebody slightly, well, to be honest, United don't really have any kind of like 84s or 85s, I don't think. I think once you go from Mata, I think it tends to jump up to like Matic, I think, which is like an 86. So, or like Alexis Sanchez, an 87. Now you can go for an 86 rated card. Obviously, it's an 85 rated squad that you need, but it's probably not really worth it, I wouldn't say. I think Mata is just like the easier option, really. Like I say, guys, it does get your Prime Gold Players Pack. With 70 chemistry being the requirement, it's not exactly going to be too difficult. You can have a couple of players like really badly off chem. You know, you got Ziyech there, completely off chem. Kepa's only got one green link, but really badly out of position, so he's only going to get one chemistry there. Even Hideki only gets one chemistry because he's a goalkeeper playing central midfield, even with all the orange links that he's got there. But yeah, that's the first squad, guys. That is actually the most expensive squad. It's, you know, it's not like it's going to be like an 85 and 86 or whatever. That is the most expensive squad. So it does get a bit easier, but at the same time, I think the amount that you have to spend, because it's roughly about 110, 120k on this particular squad, I feel like that's a little bit too much. Just in the end, I feel like it impacts the whole SBC quite badly. But the second squad, honestly, how you pronounce that, I don't know. The Seleção das Quinas, I don't know, but unfortunately I'm not Portuguese. Yeah, we've got Perrin in goal, Mandzukic at right back, Albiol and De Vrij in centre-back positions. So you've got Sommer again, so you have to pick up two Sommers. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, of course, already got there. Manu Trigueros, William Carvalho, Gonzalo Guedes, we've got Gerard Moreno and William Jose. And that is because you need at least one Portuguese player. We do have 2 in there, but they get green links to both La Liga as well, so William Carvalho and Gonzalo Guedes. 84 rated squad, so not quite as expensive, and only 65 chemistry as well, so a little bit easier to do in general. Does get a mega pack, so you're looking at about 80k worth of packs, just the Prime Gold Players pack and the mega pack. Not the most amazing packs, I would say. Not packs that are kind of gonna, well, no pack's gonna guarantee you a top player, but you'd have a much more of a bigger chance if you had like a 50k pack, because it's just all players, whereas like a mega pack you're gonna get most of your like kind of good rares are going to be like consumables in general. But sometimes you know it is pot luck. Sometimes you get something good, but I would say it's a bit more unlikely. And this particular squad is only about 30, 40k, something like that. Like in total, the whole SBC is going to cost you about 160k. Now, for me personally, if we take a look at this card, I don't think it's worth it. I mean, for starters, it's an 87 rated. I mean, you wouldn't expect to spend 160k on an 87 rated card, especially when he plays in a league which is really difficult to link. And also a nationality is quite difficult to link as well, really. I mean, unless you've got Ronaldo, it's pretty difficult. They don't really have many strikers. And even their midfielders aren't exactly top notch for FIFA, in my opinion. I don't think they've really got a lot going on, like in terms of, you know, meta players. And talking about meta as well, like this guy's not, he just doesn't fit with the current way the game is in terms of like the crossing and heading. You know, he's pretty small. He's 5'10". He only has 44 jumping, so he's not going to get in the air, and he has 56 heading accuracy. So even if he did manage to actually get to a header, if like, you know, he's just completely unmarked or something, he's probably not going to score unless it's like an absolute sitter and it's like unmissable. So he doesn't really fit with the current style of the game, I would say. If you look at his stats there, you know, like 5-star is really good. Like, honestly, that would be like a big draw. High, medium, right-footed. Like originally when I first saw the card, I wanted to do it, but then when like I realised the value of it, and you know, you look into the stats a bit deeper, it's just not really worth it. Like it's only 77 stamina as well, and I think the major thing with that is that like 77 stamina. A few months ago, that may not have been that much of a kind of a put off, but at this stage in the game, where there's so many top players out there that have, you know, at least kind of 85 stamina plus. A lot of the icons, I mean, maybe not all the icons have like incredible stamina, because sometimes you just think, oh, they're old, so they can't have it. But there are a few icons out there that have good stamina, and there's just plenty of like top end cards in general, like all the special cards, informs, things like that. They've all got much kind of buff stats, and they, you know, the stamina is obviously going to be one of those on like the physical. That's going to be through the roof. And it just means that they're just a lot more desirable than this Nani card, unfortunately. Like 70 strength as well. Not that you really expect them to have too much strength. It's not like a huge issue, but you know, it could be better. Pace is obviously really good. I mean, you can't. Don't get me wrong, there's faster players around, but you can't say that's slow. Like, you cannot complain with 90 pace. The finishing is a little bit disappointing as well. I mean, I'm not saying he should have higher finishing. I think that is very accurate of what he was like. But in terms of if this card is kind of worth going for, that's another put off for me. And regardless of his other stats, I just don't think it's enough. I honestly don't see this card as being worthwhile. I mean, you guys might have a different opinion. There might be like other stats which you kind of prefer to have higher, that he does have higher in comparison to other players. But for me personally, I just don't think this is quite worth it. If it was about 80, 90k, I may go for it, just like for the fun of playing with it and like bring off the bench and stuff. But as soon as it was like over 100k, I was just like, I mean, I can't, you know what I mean? Like, it's just too much, man. You can see I've only got like 150k right now. Admittedly, that's because I've bought a team to do the objectives, and I as soon as I sell that team, also have my money back. But I still just don't see that as being anywhere near worth it, unfortunately, guys. And all of his other stats in general, like if you look at them individually, look at the amount of stats that they look good because they're dark green, but they're only just dark green. So like, so many of the stats are like 85 or lower. They're like low end 80s, so they're almost light green. which I think makes it a little bit misleading. Like you kind of just look at it and you see all the dark green, you think, whoa, like what a card, what a top player. But a couple of, you know, one or two chevrons or stats low, or whatever you want to call it, he doesn't look as good. He would not look anywhere near as good. So I think visually it's actually a little bit misleading, but you've got to be careful what you're doing, guys. I wouldn't say like definitely don't go for it, but in my opinion, I think if you're a little bit tight for coins, I probably wouldn't go for this particular SBC. But yeah, that's my personal thoughts on it. That is going to be it for this particular video, guys. Nothing too like spectacular. I just wanted to kind of talk through it. As soon as it is, you know, pretty much the last one, 4th birthday, it does end in a few hours. So I don't see them really releasing anything overly spectacular for maybe like 1 or 2 days. There might be the odd, you know, maybe like a flashback card or something, but because they release so many over the course of 5th birthday, I don't really see many more coming. I thought it would probably be wait until Friday if they're going to do like another big promo. But as of yet, we don't know anything about that. So unfortunately, we might be looking at a situation where not a lot is really going to go on with FIFA for a few days. But we've still got the weekly objectives, so I'm going to be grinding those out. And obviously, I recommend you guys do that as well. But I've already touched on that anyway in a previous video. So yeah, that is going to be it from me, guys. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully, that was quite useful. And if it was, feel free to leave a like, comment, let me know what you think. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already and you wanted to, so that would be much appreciated. But yeah, that is it from me. Enjoy the rest of the day, and I'll see you guys later.